Good afternoon, students. Today we will start a new chapter, that is lesson 4, maps, and this is the last chapter for your half yearly exam. Now in this chapter we will learn about what are maps, kinds of maps, components of maps, about sketch and plan. But today we will focus only on learning about what are maps or introduction to the maps and the three types of maps. So children, I am sure you all have seen a map before. In class 5 also, you all have marked the continents and oceans on a world map. So first of all, let me ask you, what is a map? In easiest terms, map is a drawing of the earth on a flat paper or a sheet. So now that we know the definition of a map, let us start reading the lesson. You have learnt in the previous chapter about the advantages of a globe. However, globe has limitations as well. A globe can be useful when we want to study the earth as a whole, but when we want to study only a part of the earth, as about our country, states, districts, towns and villages, it is of little help. In such situation, we use maps. A map is a representation or a drawing of the earth's surface or a part of it drawn on flat surface according to a scale. But it is impossible to flatten a round shape completely. So children, like here in the first line it is written, we have read about the advantages of the globe. So what all can be the advantages of a globe? A globe is a small model of the earth, we all know. And the advantages can be that it shows the exact shape of the earth. The shape of the continents and oceans are also shown accurately. We can carry it also, especially the inflatable balloon globes. We have read about it in the chapter 2, globes, latitudes and longitudes. But children, globe has also some limitations. Now what are limitations? Limitations means it has some disadvantages also. Now, what are the disadvantages of a globe? If we have to see, if we look at a globe, we can see only half of the globe at a time. For example, here, this is a globe, and if you see it at a glance, when you see it at a glance, you can see that only the Africa is visible to you. So we can say that only half of the globe or half of the globe is visible to us at one time. So when we will turn this globe around, then you can see the other half of the globe. Here, as you can see, only Africa is visible. When I am going to turn it around, then we can see the other continents also. So globe is useful when we want to study the earth, when we want to study the earth as a whole. Means if we have to study about the shape of the earth, or if we have to study about the continents, oceans, then globes are good. But when we want to study about only one part of the earth, or one country or one city, town or villages, then in that case globes are of no use to us or of a very little use to us. But in that situation, we have to take the help of a map. So globes are useful when we want to study the earth as a whole. But maps are useful when we want to study about one specific part of the earth or country or state, etc. So now what are maps? We have already discussed that map is a representation or a drawing of the earth's surface or a part of it drawn on a flat surface according to a scale. So this is the definition of a map. Now why according to scale is written in the last? About that we will read later on in this chapter. For now, this is the definition of the map and you have to memorize it. Now, in the last line of this paragraph, it is written, but it is impossible to flatten a round shape completely. Why is it difficult? For this, children, you can do this activity. Make a paper ball and then draw lines on that paper ball. You can make a grid on that paper ball. Now try to flatten the paper ball. Do you still get the straight lines? Do you still get straight lines on that paper? Or when you will flatten it, you will see random lines made here and there. That is why it is very difficult to flatten a round shape completely. Here also in the green box just beside this paragraph, you can see, take an old rubber ball and draw whatever you like all over it. You may also mark North Pole and South Pole on it. Now cut this ball with a knife and try to flatten it. Now notice how the drawings are distorted. So you have to take a ball, rubber ball, and you will make anything what you like on that ball, and you have to cut it and then you try to flatten it. First of all, you will not be able to flatten it completely, and the lines which you will make or the drawings which you'll make will get distorted, or the anything which you have drawn will not remain the same. So that exactly happens when we try to flatten a globe on a piece of paper. Now we will read the next paragraph. We find that maps are very useful to us for various purposes. One map shows a small area and a few facts. Another map may contain as many facts as a big book. When many maps are put together, we get an atlas. Atlases are of various sizes. Measurements are drawn on different scales. Maps provide more information than a globe. So, maps are very useful to us, and it can give detailed information about any place. And it can also give us some information or a few facts. Like children, see here. This is a world map, and you can see all the continents are written here. So this map gives us little or less facts. Now, this on the other hand, this is also a world map, but here you will see that this map is giving us a detailed information about all the states which are there in a country, or all the states which are there in a few countries. So this map is giving us less information, and this map is giving us more detailed information. So when all these maps are put together to form one book, when these maps are put together to make a book, we call it an atlas. So atlas is many maps put together in a book, or many maps when combined to form a book is known as an atlas. So atlases come in different sizes, and some of them are drawn to different scales also. So we can say that map gives us more information in comparison to a globe. Now they are of different types, and some of them are described below. So maps are of three kinds. First is physical map, second is political map, and the third type is thematic maps. So in detail about these maps we are going to learn in the next video. Till then, read the portion that is taught, and in case of any doubt you can message me on Campus Care. But children, please go through the chapter again, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you, children.